Hey there everyone, this is Jeff Perkins with JD Cutlery, putting together a quick video on the Microtech Anex. This is a kind of collaboration between Microtech and Rike Knives. So Rike is producing the knife, of course, based off of Microtech's design, and you have all the branding for both companies, of course. I'm going to run through the basic specs on them real quick, and then I'll show you the work that we've done on them. So the blade length on this one is 3.75 inches with an overall length of 8.6 inches. Cutting edge is at 3.5. Blade width is 1.33 with a blade thickness of 0.16. And the blades are all Bowler M390. And these are all the drop point design with a flat grind. Handle length on this one is 4.87. Handle width is 0.98. And handle thickness is 0.5. And these, of course, are a titanium integral with a carbon fiber inlay, titanium pocket clip, titanium pivot collar, and then steel hardware as far as all of the proprietary screws go. They do provide the driver for the pivot and the small screws, although I must warn you that they do, especially on the small ones, tend to get torn up pretty quick and easy because they put a bunch of Loctite on the screws, and that'll rip through a bit pretty quick if you're not careful. So just a heads up there if you go to take a pocket clip off or anything like that. So the weight on this one is 5 ounces, and it is a right hand tip up carry, of course with a manual finger flick or thumb opening via the groove. And of course they do have bearings with a titanium frame lock with a steel insert. And of course, because it is a Rike knife, it is technically made in China. These things turned out really nicely. A couple things that I ran into that were very hard. These screws with the back spacer here in the top of the integral opening did not want to come out. And there was really no way to grab a hold of that that washer in there or that spacer, so it was not removable. So this one you've got gold around that purple with a blue storm treatment. Lockup is really early on this one, but turned out beautifully. Very happy with the overall coloration on this. Pocket clip's nice. I did polish out all of the small screws, but I left the pivot heads. And then the over travel bar and pivot collars are done in bronze on this one. And this one is pretty nice in the fact that they did these little circular cutouts, and then there is a piece that screws in here that has your little Microtech tassel on it. So action on these guys, like I said, finger flick and you're out and good. Definitely a sharp looking knife. There you go, that's better flick on that. I was trying to do it from behind the camera and that just wasn't working well with me. So very fun knife to play with. This one here, these carbon fiber inserts are incredibly hard to get out. So there is a small notch in the carbon fiber there, very small, right there by the tip of my finger. And there's another little rough spot right here. When I say rough, I mean slightly rough. It is not something that's going to catch your clothes or anything like that. But that is the pitfall to trying to get these carbon fiber inlays out, especially on an integral knife. There are no holes drilled through the inside. A lot of times with the Riots and a lot of the other ones, you heat it up, you got a hole, you push that through. These you had to heat up and try and get the carbon fiber out. So needless to say, not an easy task. Not absolute perfection with the titanium or the carbon fiber going back in, but still worth every penny of what you're getting out of this knife. Just know that you can feel a little bit where the titanium or the carbon fiber meets up here. So I want everybody to be aware of that before this knife is purchased. Unfortunately, there won't be much of a discount on it because it's still a monstrous amount of work to get this thing taken apart, polished up, custom anodized, and storm treated. So that is the high voltage purple with the storm treatment. We had a really nice sky blue that has a bronze storm treatment. Unfortunately, the light in here is just a little bit on the bright side. Let's see if that helps at all. There you go. So now you can see a little bit of that storm treatment in the sky blue. So it's a silvery sky blue with bronze pivot collar and over travel. Pocket clip has been done with the same treatment. Lockup is a little bit later on this one compared to the first one, but still very early. There's that sky blue finish. This one, you can feel a little bit of carbon fiber right here in the center, which of course had nothing to do with what I did. It's a tapered carbon fiber, so I mean you are going to get some variance in it. I'm sure that a lot of these with the stock, you can feel the differences. This is no different. I just polished it up a little so the difference is a little bit less. But this one turned out really sharp. Very happy with this one. Centering's right on the money. This one's got a slight bit better detent than the purple one. When you get it flicking, it goes. The detent's just a little bit lighter on the purple one. Takes just a little more finesse, which is kind of funny. You'd think a heavier detent would take more finesse. Nope, not the case. It's the other way around. Heavier detent lets that blade fly and pop open fast, where the lighter one takes a little bit more flicking action with your fingers. And this is a really nice purple bronze blue with heavy storm treatment. Turned out really nice. And then this one I went blue around the pivot collars and the over travel stop. Lockup is about the same on this one, probably about 40%. And flicks beautifully. So very happy with the way these turned out. I don't know that I'm going to do quite as many of these as I was hoping to, just because these are such a nightmare to get the carbon fiber out. This one meets up really nicely. You can feel the weave of the carbon fiber, but that's normal for this knife. So these three have all been posted on the website. If you're interested in your custom anodized Microtech Anex, produced by Rike, definitely check our website out, www.jdcutlery.com. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you on the next one.